Alright, so after the tournament that Chartheos hosted, I actually started to follow Chartheos' streams a little bit more because I actually kind of liked the guy a little bit. Like, I found him to be a very laid back kind of fella. He just sounded so chill in a lot of the things that he said. So I kind of liked him and I started following him a lot. And we decided he was doing viewer battles one day, and I actually wanted to see how I do against him in the OU tier. And he actually said, sure, we can do that. And here we have a battle in the OU tier now, basically. So he's going to be using a, what's it called, a Thunderous T. He's going to be using a Alakazam, Garchomp, Milotic, Weavile, and a Charizard that could be either X or Y. Pretty solid OU team, if I say so myself, for whatever I am. But anyway, yeah, this is going to be a battle that I thought was actually kind of cool. I actually did think it was kind of cool. I'm gonna lead off with the what's it called? The Dragonite, and he's gonna lead off with Charizard. So we both lead with our dragons, which is pretty funny. And his Zard is actually, thankfully, Zard Y, because if it was Zard X, this thing would have just been a lot dangerous. He Mega Balls. I think I stayed in and just went for a Dragon Dance, I think. Oh no, I just stayed in. I stayed in and he went for the Ancient Power. And yeah, I went for the Dragon Dance as well. So I guess the goal here is to just go for one Dragon Dance and then just start sweeping everybody. No, I'm just kidding. He switches out and he goes into something that can probably take it. Yeah, the Garchomp. Which is not a switch in, but he probably had to sack something. Because like I said, Dragonite at +1 just kind of does a lot. It kind of runs house. One of the most dangerous things about Dragonite, to be perfectly honest. He goes into Weavile now after I just took out its Garchomp single-handedly because he switched it in, which he shouldn't have, but he did anyways. And I switch out even though I had a +1 because I didn't want to risk this thing living in extreme speed. Because yeah, he went for the Ice Shard and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. So I sent in Klefki because this thing can actually resist a lot of the things Weavile has. And he goes into Thunderous, and I'm like, ooh boy, I think I'm just gonna go for Thunder Wave. And he actually switches into the Thunder, like I said, and now I have to switch out. I think I should have went for Spikes there, but I didn't do it. So I'm going into Sylvia now, and I'm gonna just Hyper Voice this thing, cause this Thunders did over half to my Sylveon. And because I switched it in, now I lose Sylveon, which is, I don't know what's with us switching in our Mons on things that we shouldn't be switching it in on. But I think it's just that I had no switch in. So I went into Weavile now and just go for the Icicle Crash, because, yeah. Now I'm tired of trying to predict, because that's just annoying. That crit didn't matter because my Weavile is Life Orbed, and this thing's defenses are not the best. And if it did that much damage, it's clearly not invested in any sort of defense or HP whatsoever, so no excuses there. Anyway, he goes into Zard Y now, and I don't know why I felt like staying in and going for Icicle Crash and trying to get the flinch was a good idea, but I went for it anyways. And this actually does over half to Zard Y, but now this thing is just gonna simply kill me with a Flamethrower. So, yeah. I did say that crippling your opponent, your opposition, is usually the best way to get things going. Like for example, here with Dragonite, I could just E-speed it now, unless he tries to switch in, which he does, and he goes into Weavile, which I go for another E-speed. I think, yeah, I go for E-speed on this thing. I go for E-speed, and that was a critical hit, which I don't think mattered because I think I would have been able to two-shot it with another E-speed anyway, so I go for another E-speed. But he now switches into this Milotic, which is something I was like, not this thing. And because it wasn't shiny like his other one, I'm guessing this one is his physically defensive Milotic, so I just stayed in and Dragon Claw it because, once again, crippling the Mons is always good. I didn't try to switch out or anything, and as a result, now I just lose Dragonite as well. I always do such weird plays, honestly. Like staying in on shit. That's just weird. Anyways, Meloetta, it comes out. I thought I could finish this thing off with a hyper voice here, but surprisingly I couldn't. I don't even know why it's even surprising, considering it's freaking Milotic of all things. But yeah, this thing goes for a recover, and I know for a fact it's gonna recover again. So seeing how Meloetta couldn't get this thing out of the way before it just went back to recovering, I just decided, okay, you know what? Let's just get out of here, and I'm gonna send in Klefki. And what I'm gonna do is just now set up spikes, because I could really use some spikes right now. A lot of his mons are weakened, and anything that comes in that can take spikes damage would be really, really nice. So we get this out of the way, so I go for the spikes now. And I'm like, okay, that's one layer. He keeps going for Scald, I guess, just trying to get the burn on my Klefki. But it doesn't get it. And I think I go for another layer of spikes, yeah. And then after this layer of spikes, I think here, instead of going for a third layer of spikes, I try to go for the Thunder Wave. Because this Milotic is very, very healthy, that I'm not sure if anything on my team can actually take care of it, honestly. So I have to rely on just paralyzing it. Because, yeah, I got literally nothing for this thing. If it's the max defensive type, anyway. But I need to bank on paralyzing it, which is kind of lame, honestly. But I kind of wanted to win, you know. When you want to win, you just have to do things you don't want to do, obviously. But yeah, now I'm gonna go into Keldeo, and this thing I think is choice specs, so therefore I get to just secret sword this thing. And it does a lot. And thankfully this thing gets paralyzed, but it's not like it matters, because honestly it would have just gotten two-shotted anyways, and it would have just gone for Scald. So it really didn't matter. Like, what does this have? HP Psychic or something? No, I don't think so. And now it's gonna go into Zard Y, which I can just simply KO with another Sacred Sword, considering it's very, very weakened. See, this is why I just went for the offense basically here, because they'll be forced to switch out, and then when they come back, they'll come back all crippled and unable to take hits afterwards. But yeah, now Zard Y goes down, and I think his last mon is the Alakazam. Oh no, he has two mons left actually. He has the Alakazam and he also has the Weavile. He goes for Psyshock, which surprisingly I didn't die. I was like, holy shit, how the hell does Keldeo take that? I thought this would have one-shotted. This basically allowed me to get some more damage with Sacred Sword. I don't KO it, but I think I had my my own Weavile, I think. No, it was Meloetta, yeah. He has Weavile, I don't. I lost it when I went for Icicle Crush on the Zard Y. But my Meloetta Scar, so I outspeed the Alakazam, and I don't think it has anything to hit me with anyway. Although this Weavile could have. It could have just knocked off, but I'm Scarf thankfully, so I was able to just KO this thing with a Hyper Voice, which is really, really cool. First time I see Meloetta actually check something that checks it in return. And that was game. Holy crap, this was actually yet again another close battle that we had. This guy was actually kind of fun to battle, honestly, not gonna lie. This is why, and not to mention, he's also very chill, so it's one of the things I liked about this guy. But yeah, that was a good game, and we're gonna, you know, keep doing what we usually do. Just get more battles up, and until we get to Sun and Moon, because, like I said, I want to upload all these battles first, and then we're gonna go into Sun and Moon. I might not though. I might actually wing that and just start uploading some, but I'm still not sure yet. So, well, I'm still debating on that. So we're gonna see what comes after that. But for now, yeah, just stay tuned for whatever's next. So, take it easy.